धीमहि यो यो नमः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नमः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गजानना 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 ॐ गजवदना गजानना ॐ गजवदना। एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना। गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। गजानना 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 ॐ गजवदना गजानना ॐ गजवदना। एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना। गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि। ॐ श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। सर्वेशा विनायका सर्वेशा विनायका सर्वेशा विनायका सर्वेशा विनायका। पासकी नमो विनायका वहितातं देवं
संसेद विनायका गीतय तन्दाय विघ्नेश्वरा
सर्वेशा विनायका
सर्वेशा विनायका
सर्वेशा विनायका
सर्वेशा विनायका
सर्वेशा विनायका ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम
पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा विघ्न दे जो मारा कापी रे रामा विघ्न दे जो मारा कापी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा बीजे समरू शारदा माता बीजे समरू शारदा माता वाणी निर्मल आपी रे रामा वाणी निर्मल आपी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा बीजे समरू गुरु चरण ने बीजे समरू गुरु चरण ने पावन कीदा पापी रे रामा पावन कीदा पापी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा छोटे समरू माता पिता है छोटे समरू माता पिता है सद्बुद्धि बहु आपी रे रामा सद्बुद्धि बहु आपी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पूजित पंचम परमेश्वर ने पूजित पंचम परमेश्वर ने मानव पदवी आपी रे रामा मानव पदवी आपी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा विघ्न दे जो मारा कापी रे रामा विघ्न दे जो मारा कापी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पूजित पंचम परमेश्वर ने पूजित पंचम परमेश्वर ने मानव पदवी आपी रे रामा मानव पदवी आपी रे रामा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा पहला समरू गणपति देवा ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
पार्वती पालना पारवार भरा परम भाग्य भवचरणा भक्तजन सुमुख प्रणव विनायक पावन परिमल चरणा पार्वती पालना पार्वती पालना पारवार वर परम भाग्य पवचरणा भक्तजन सुमुख प्रणव विनायक भक्तजन सुमुख प्रणव विनायक पावन परिमल चरणा पावन परिमल चरणा प्रभु गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळरुள்வாயே प्रभु गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळरुள்வாயே प्रभु गणपति 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 आदिमूल गणनाद गजानन अद्भुत तवल स्वरूप अद्भुत तवल स्वरूप देव देव जय विजय विनायक देव देव जय विजय विनायक देव देव जय विजय विनायक सन्मय पर शिव देवा सन्मय पर शिव देवा प्रभु गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळरुள்வாயே प्रभु गणपते 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 साधु वणங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சொன்னதே சரணடைந்தோமே சாது வணங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சொன்னதே சரணடைந்தோமே சாதசிற்ற சௌபாக்கியும் யாவையும் சாதசிற்ற சௌபாக்கியும் யாவையும் शंकरुल सद्गुरु नीये शंकरुल सद्गुरु नीये प्रभु गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळरुள்வாயே प्रभु गणपते 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 தேடி தேடி எங்கோ ஓடுகின்றான் உன்னை தேடி கண்டு கொள்ளலாமே தேடி தேடி எங்கோ ஓடுகின்றான் உன்னை தேடி கண்டு கொள்ளலாமே தேடி கண்டு கொள்ளலாமே கோடி கோடி மத பணி செய் கோடி கோடி மத யானைகள் பணி செய் குன்றிட விலங்கு பெம்மானே குன்றிட விலங்கு பெம்மானே பிரபு கணபதே பரிபூரண வாழருள்வாயே பிரபு गणपते 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 गणेशाय नमो ओम जय जय गणेशाय नमो ओम 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 गणेशाय नमो ओम जय जय गणेशाय नमो Ganesaya Namo Om, Jai Jai Ganesaya Namo Om, Ganesaya Namo Om, Jai Jai Ganesaya Namo Om, Ganesaya Namo Om, Jai Jai Ganesaya Namo Om. Prabhu Ganapati Paripurana Valarulvaye, Prabhu Ganapati Ganapati Ganapati.
Om Shri Ram Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. Pavana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai. Shri Ambe Ambe Mata Ki Jai. Shri Ganapati Bhagavan Ki Jai.
ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। Om. The 77th name in the Sri Lalita Sahasranama is Kameshwara Mukhaloka Kalpita Sri Ganeshwara, which means she who created Ganesha by the mere glance at Kameshwara's face. So let us quickly go through the familiar story of Ganesha's birth. Shri Parvati was preparing herself for a bath. She instructed Nandi to guard the gate and not to allow anyone else to enter inside. Nandi respectfully accepted the instruction and started his job. But sometime later, Shiva came, and Nandi, being loyal to Shiva, let him in. Devi was quite angry as Nandi was not loyal to her. So, from the turmeric paste that she had applied on her body, she breathed life into it and created Ganesha. Now, Ganesha took responsibility of Devi's guard duty, and when Shiva came home, the boy didn't even let him in. A furious Shiva instructed his Ganas to kill the boy, but all of them failed. Being Devi's son, such was his strength. Shiva, in rage, cut off the boy's head. Shri Parvati was enraged at this sight and decided to destroy the entire cosmos. Lord Brahma pleaded, and eventually she reconciled, but if two conditions were met. First was that Ganesha was to be brought back to life, and the second was that he should be worshipped foremost before the offerings to any other devas. Shiva readily agreed to this and ordered Brahma to come back with the head of the first creature he finds. Brahma returned with the head of an elephant, which Shiva placed onto Ganesha's body. Shiva infused life into him. He declared Ganesha to be his own son and made him the leader of all Ganas, Ganapati. So this is a nice tale which most of us might have listened during our childhood days. But is there any deep meaning associated with the story? The answer is yes. Devi Parvati is nothing but Parashakti, the supreme power. The human body in the subtle form has 6 important centers or chakras. This supreme power resides in the human body in the lowest chakra known as Mooladhara, and is usually known as the Kundalini Shakti. When one starts purifying oneself, the grace dawns upon and it comes without prior notice. This is the reason why in the story we saw that Shiva came. And who is Nandi? Nandi is a representative of divine nature. Nandi is devoted to Shiva and no one else. This indicates that the temperament of the sadhaka is what gains access to Devi's abode. So the first quality of a spiritual seeker is to develop the right attitude, and in due course of time he would get qualified for the ultimate spiritual achievement, which is granted by the Devi alone. So after Nandi lets Shiva enter inside, Parvati created Ganesha out of the turmeric paste from her body. What does this mean? In tantric practice, yellow is the color associated to the Muladhara chakra where the Kundalini resides, and Ganesha is the deity of this chakra. Devi needed to create Ganesha, who represents the earth-bound awareness, as a cover to protect the divine secret from unripe minds. It is when this awareness begins to be directed towards the divine, as Nandi had, that the great secret is revealed and one attains the highest wisdom. And who is Shiva? Shiva is Dakshinamurti, the Supreme Guru. Ganesha here represents the ego-bound jiva. It is quite common that the jiva, out of ego, usually doesn't recognize when the Lord arrives. This is what we see as Ganesha not letting Shiva in. However, the Lord, in the form of the Guru, would chop off the head of our ego. But the ego and earthly attachments are so strong that the Guru's instructions do not work out easily. This is what is seen when the Ganas were unable to defeat Ganesha. The necessity of a Guru is also revealed here. The very first line in Hanuman Chalisa is worth reprising here. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukhura Sudhara, which means that having polished the mirror of my heart with the dust of my Guru's lotus feet. So Shri Parvati was enraged at the sight of Ganesha's death and decided to destroy the entire cosmos. This indicates that when the ego is killed, the liberated jiva loses interest in its temporary physical vehicle, the body, and begins to merge into the Supreme. The physical world is here represented by Devi. This impermanent and changeable creation is a form of Devi to which the body belongs. The unchanging Absolute is Shiva, to which belongs the soul. So when the ego dies, the external world, which depends on the ego for its existence, disappears along with it. It is said that if we want to know the secrets of this world, which is a manifestation of Devi, then we must first receive the blessings of Ganesha. Shiva bringing back Ganesha to life and replacing his head with an elephant means that before we can leave the body, the Lord replaces our small ego with a big or universal ego. This means that we no longer identify ourselves with a limited individual self, but rather with a large universal self. In this way, our life is renewed, becoming one that can truly benefit creation. Ganesha is given the first place among all devatas. The different devatas are nothing but intelligence associated with each and every aspect of the cosmos. Any task can be accomplished properly only if one has developed the right intelligence associated with it. To receive the grace of any devata, it is necessary to win the grace of Ganesha. Let us quickly look into the subtle aspects of the elephant face as well. As we know, the elephant's trunk can pick up both the smallest and heaviest of things. This tells us that the spiritual aspirant must develop an intellect capable of understanding both the gross and the subtle. The fact that Ganesha's ears are wide open represents the Shraddha to hear and imbibe the subtle spiritual principles. Ganesha's big belly symbolizes the true seeker's relentless hunger to know the ultimate truth. What about the mouse at Ganesha's feet? It is symbolic of our desires. Just as one small mouse can destroy an entire farm, a single selfish desire can destroy all virtues. But a self-realized soul has complete mastery over his mind and his desires. That is why Ganesha is said to ride a mouse. We see that the mouse sits at the feet of Ganesha, looking steadily at his face without even touching the prasad in front of him. This symbolizes how the mind of a self-realized soul would move only at his own command. Let me now close this talk by saying a few words about the devotion of Avvaiyar, a great Tamil saint. Avvaiyar was an ardent devotee of Lord Ganesha, and one of her celebrated works is the Vinayaga Agavel, a masterpiece hymn with just 72 lines of stunning poetic outburst. The hymn begins as the description of the Ishta Devata, who is Ganesha. As the hymn proceeds, Avvaiyar says, "Tayai enakkum thanezhundaruli Maya Piravi Mayakkam Arutte," which means, appearing as a mother to shower his grace on me, he cleaved the trance of illusionary birth. If one sees the Ishta Devata in the form of mother, then wisdom dawns quite quickly. Avvaiyar says, "Shorpadam kadanda turiyamai gnana arbudam nirainda karpaga kalire." O will-yielding tusker, who stand the very embodiment of the Turiya state, that is the fourth state of consciousness, the state of supreme wisdom that defies expression. This actually reflects the basic tenet of bhakti, where Lord Ganesha is both the elephant-faced son of Shiva and Parvati, and at the same time the eternal embodiment of wisdom and consciousness, which can only be experienced and not explicated. Avvaiyar then goes on to describe Vinayaga as the one who reveals the secret to activate the Kundalini Shakti that rests in the Muladhara Chakra located at the base of the spine. All these lines in the Agavel are to be contemplated deeply, and due to lack of time, I am unable to go through them in detail. Avvai closes her poem saying, "The feat of the adept Vinayaka, who bestowed upon me the state of Tattva and won me over, is indeed my sole refuge." The term Tattva means a state of true existence which she realized via Kundalini Yoga, which is the same non-dualistic state of realization as advocated by Advaita. Vedamum Nirum Vilanganirutti Kudumai Tondar Kudatudan Kuti Anjakkarattin Arumporul Tannai Nenjakkarutthi தவத்தின் நிலையறிவித்து தத்துவ நிலையை தந்தனை ஆண்ட வித்தக விநாயக விரை கழல் சரணே. வித்தக விநாயக விரை கழல் சரணே. வித்தக விநாயக விரை கழல் சரணே. हरि ओम तत्सत.
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। रघुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, रघुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, संत करे सेवा, संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी, एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी। माथे पे सिंदूर सोहे मोस की सवारी, माथे पे सिंदूर सोहे मोस की सवारी। दुखियों के दुख हरन परमानंद देवा। जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। अंधन को आँख देत कोई को काया, अंधन को आँख देत कोई को काया। भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया, भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। भव से पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा। जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जो तेरा ध्यान करे ज्ञान मिले उसको, जो तेरा ध्यान करे ज्ञान मिले उसको। छोड़ तुझे और भला जाऊं मैं किसको, छोड़ तुझे और भला जाऊं मैं किसको। हे देवा कृपा करो कष्ट हरो मेरा। जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश देवा, माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
एकदन्त महाकाय लम्बोदर गजाननं विघ्ननाशिकरं देवम् हेरम्बं प्रणमाम्यहम्। गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबनायक। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, बसहु राम सिया मानस मोरे। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी, जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संगत, भक्त जनों के संगत, क्षण में दूर करे। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख विनशे मन का। स्वामी दुख विनशे मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ किसकी। स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी। तुम बिना और न दूजा। पालन करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता। मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। इस विधि मिलो दया में, इस विधि मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे, स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे। करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ, करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ, शरण पड़ा तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, सनातन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं, संसारसारं, भुजगेन्द्रहारं, सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे, भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि, भवन् भवानी सहितं नमामि। मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु, मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज, मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष, मङ्गलाय तनोहरि। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी, नारायणी नमोस्तुते, नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters and brothers, let us contemplate on the glorious and unique form of Lord Ganesha, who fills us with strength and confidence. Our revered Guruji used to say that the elephant head of the Lord has a deep significance. An elephant never forgets anything. The Lord seems to tell us, don't forget that you are divine. The Atman in you is my power. You are bliss personified. Remember that I am always with you. Sri Sarada Devi says, this world is like a deep, marshy place. Once a person gets entangled there, it becomes very difficult to come out. Repeat the name of God. If you do so, the Lord will cut away your bondage someday. Have deep faith in Him. Unquote. The Lord is almighty, and there is nothing that He cannot do. We must put a protective shield of God's holy name around our hearts and minds, then we will be safe. Ignorance of our divine nature entangles us in worldliness. We pray, O Lord Ganesha, shower auspiciousness upon us and remove any prevailing inauspiciousness by your luminous light of knowledge. We bow to you, O Lord, the remover of all obstacles and the beloved of your devotees. Please bless the world with peace, love, and unity. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ तत्सत्।
जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, महामाई की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय, गंगा मात की जय, महावीर स्वामी जी की जय, सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की जय। पार्वती पतये हर